Hey, my name is Kathy Roberts. I am the Tidy Tutor. I help people who are right-brained and scattered by nature get organized. This time of year, this is the holidays, this is November, it happens to be Thanksgiving Day, happens to be a very difficult time for the organizationally challenged. It's a hard time for the organizationally gifted too, so you could kind of imagine what it does to us. Now, the reason that I'm doing this video right now is because I had this inspiration. You know, the holiday time is something that we have grown to understand as a tradition. And there's certain things that we do and certain ways that we like to do them. But life is not static. Life always changes. And with the changes, traditions have to change too. We usually don't like that. Now, in my life, one of the biggest changes that happened was when my father passed away. My father died, and we have a really big family. So after he passed away, and my brothers and sisters decided that we're going to do, our holiday parties at our own homes because our families are so big, then I had to adjust to that and be like, all right, well, I have to make a new tradition for me and my family because we're not going to Dad's anymore because Dad doesn't exist anymore. Another thing that's happened is our kids grew up. And when your kids grow up, they party, they go out, they do things without you. So where you might have had like a nice Christmas Eve, happy little time at home with your kids, now they're out partying with their friends on Christmas Eve. And so you have to figure out, okay, well, what am I going to do then? Another thing is divorce. You get divorced and you're like, well, all right, the family is kind of split now. How are we going to do this? Another thing that happens is your kids get married. When your kids get married, they have other families to consider. So there's in-laws. So you say, well, what holiday do I get? Do I get Thanksgiving? Do I get Christmas Day? Do I get Christmas Eve? Do I get invited there? There's all of these things, and that's just a tip of the iceberg. What happens if you have children that have little children, and now they don't want to go out on Christmas Eve anymore because it's too taxing on the babies. You have to take them out, then you have to get them back in the car, and they're sleepy, and they have bikes to put together and put under the tree and all of that kind of stuff. So there's lots of things that change. With the whole divorce thing now that's happened in my world, my ex-husband and I are friends now. We're friends, and the children are our children together, so we a lot of times have holidays together. If we try to force things to be what they've always been, we're going to end up being lonely. It's not about perfect. It's about happy. What do we have to do now so that the dynamic of life works for the way our dynamic of life works? Something else about tradition is that we don't have to do what everybody else does. Like, here's an example. I don't make turkey for Thanksgiving. It's, tradition, but it doesn't work for me because I do what we do traditionally in Italian homes. I make lasagna, I make antipasto, we have a big salad, we have garlic bread. By the time we're done with that, nobody's hungry and nobody wants to eat the turkey. So I think to myself, why do I put myself through this? So we have the turkey next week. We have all of the traditional Italian stuff today on Thanksgiving Day, and then the week after that, we have the turkey and dressing and stuffing, and I guess I could do it the other way around, but I don't. This is the way I do it. It works beautiful for me. It has me have less stress. It makes me happy. Everybody else is happy too. We don't have to do what everybody else does. It isn't about perfect. It's about happy. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch it. I hope you'll go over to my website and check it out, thetidytutor.com. I look forward to getting to know you, and I'd love to hear about your holiday traditions, how they have changed, and how you have gone with the flow.